Hello dear students, welcome to class 12th accountancy video tutorials. Today I am going to do an important topic from the unit partnership. The name of the chapter is admission of partner and the topic which I am going to discuss today is treatment of accumulated profits and losses. It's a very important topic. I will first like to discuss with you the flow of my presentation or video. I am going to first start with the accounting treatment of accumulated profits. Then we will discuss accounting treatment of accumulated losses. Then we are also going to discuss the different cases of workmen compensation fund and investment fluctuation fund. And in the last, we are going to conduct one quiz based on the topics which we have covered. So first of all, you should know where are accumulated profits and losses shown in balance sheet. So if you can see here, accumulated profits are shown on the liability side of balance sheet. And the examples of accumulated profit are P&L account credit balance, then general reserve, or there can be a reserve fund also, contingency reserve, workmen compensation reserve, investment fluctuation fund. So these are the examples of accumulated profit and they appear on the liability side of the balance sheet. Now if you talk of accumulated losses, they are shown on the asset side of balance sheet and some of the accumulated losses can be P&L account debit balance and deferred revenue expenditure or fictitious asset. Again, this is an accumulated loss. Students, you need to know the difference between P&L account credit balance and P&L account debit balance. If it is P&L account debit balance, please remember that it is an accumulated loss. But if you talk of P&L account credit balance, it is taken as accumulated profit. So I hope this is clear to all of you. The important thing to remember is sometimes on the liability side you will find a fund called as machinery replacement fund. Please remember that this fund is not an accumulated profit. So please remember this fund is a specific fund and it is not to be used for distribution. This fund is to be only used for replacement of machinery. So it will not come under the category of accumulated profit. Now let us see the treatment of accumulated profits and accumulated losses. Please remember that accumulated profits, they are credited to the old partner's capital account and accumulated losses, they are debited to the old partner's capital account in old ratio. Now, what is the reason that accumulated profits are credited whereas accumulated losses are debited? And the reason is, which you have done in rules of debit and credit, the rule applicable to capital account is if capital is increased, it is credited, but if there is a decrease in capital, this is debited. So please remember, whenever there is an accumulated profit, when we distribute it among the partners, the capital is going to increase, therefore it is credited. But when we talk of accumulated losses, with this, the capital of partner will decrease, therefore it is debited. So this is the reason why partner's capital account is credited with accumulated profit and debited with accumulated loss. Now the another question is why it is distributed among old partners and not among the new partners, and the reason for this is whenever there is an admission of new partner, we don't have to put new partner on advantage or disadvantage. So before he comes in the partnership, all the accumulated profits and losses which are there in the balance sheet, they are distributed among old partners in old ratio. Okay. Now what do you mean by they are not put on advantage or disadvantages? Suppose if there is some accumulated profit and even a new partner is sharing, means he is getting an advantage out of some accumulated profit, and if there is some accumulated loss which new partner will be sharing, he'll be put on disadvantage. So all the accumulated profits and losses, they are distributed among old partners in old ratio. Now let us see the journal entry which is passed for distribution of these accumulated profits and losses. So if we can talk of these accumulated profits, I told you they are credited in old partners capital account. So the journal entry is, like if I am distributing reserve and P&L account, the journal entry will be reserve account debit, profit and loss account debit to old partners capital account. Please see here I am crediting partners capital account. Why? Because these reserves and P&L account credit balance, it is going to increase the partners capital account. Okay, and I am going to write their names individually. Like if I have two partners Ram and Mohan, it will be to Ram's capital account and to Mohan's capital account. Now come to accumulated losses. I told you that they are debited to old partners capital account. So the journal entry which is passed for accumulated losses is old partners capital account debit to P&L account. If it is this P&L account, if I am distributing, please remember old partners capital account will be debited, and it will be done individually. Like I told you, if you have two partners Ram and Mohan, they are your old partners, and this loss will be distributed among old partners, that is Ram and Mohan, and their account will be debited. So we have seen that all the accumulated losses, they are transferred on the debit side of partners capital account, and all the accumulated profits, they are transferred to credit side of old partners capital account in old ratio. So I hope this treatment of accumulated profit and losses is clear to you. Please remember the explanation which I am giving to you, this same rule applies in case of even retirement of the partner, or even at the time of death of the partner, or even if there is a change in the new profit sharing ratio. In that case also the same treatment will apply. Okay, now let us see one example. Mohan and Sohan are two partners and their profit sharing ratio is 2:1. Meena is admitted as new partner for 1/4 share in profit. On that date, balance sheet of the firm shows a balance of rupees 30,000 in general reserve and debit balance of P&L account of rupees 6,000. Make the necessary journal entries. So if you can see, there is general reserve of 30,000 and P&L account. This is debit balance of P&L. Debit balance of P&L means accumulated loss, and general reserve is your accumulated profit. So now we'll pass the journal entries for this. So I have either depicted here, this is your P&L account debit balance, accumulated loss shown on asset side, and general reserve is your accumulated profit shown on the liability side. So we have to keep this rule of debit and credit related to capital account in mind, and please remember this accumulated loss will be debited and general reserve will be credited. So if you can see the journal entries for distribution of general reserve, please remember that partners capital account will be credited. So the two partners are Mohan and Sohan, so their capital accounts are credited and reserve account is debited, and this 30,000 is divided in old ratio. The old ratio is 2:1. So 30,000 divided in 2:1 is 20,000 and 10,000. This is for distribution of general reserve. Now come to the distribution of this P&L account. This is accumulated loss, so therefore capital accounts will be debited. So you can see here Mohan account debited, Sohan account debited to profit and loss account. The amount is 6,000. Again, it is divided in ratio 2:1. So Mohan's account will be debited with 4,000 and Sohan's account will be debited with 2,000. So this is a way how we distribute profit and loss account. And here this is profit and loss account debit balance, that is a loss, accumulated loss. Now let us come to the treatment of workmen compensation fund. So first of all, what is the meaning of workmen compensation fund? It is a reserve set aside out of firm's profit to meet possible liability or claim on account of compensation to employees. So if any employee suffer any injury or any loss due to some accident which happened in the factory or in the office, the claim or the liability on account of that will be called as workmen compensation claim. Most of the organization, they create a fund so that they are able to meet this possible liability or claim, and name of this fund is workmen compensation fund. Now important thing to remember here is workmen compensation fund is used when some claim arises on account of workmen compensation, and if there is no claim, this fund will be distributed at the time of admission of the new partner. So let us do different cases of treatment of workmen compensation fund. Suppose there is a workmen compensation fund appearing in balance sheet at rupees 70,000. The different cases can be: claim is only 40,000, means the claim amount is less than the fund which is available. Then the claim can be of exactly the same amount of which the fund is, that is 70,000. The third case is when there is no claim and there is no liability on account of workmen compensation and there is fund in the balance sheet. And fourth is when the claim is 1 lakh, and if you can see, fund is 70,000 but the claim is 1 lakh. So even claim amount can be there at an amount which is more than the fund available. So these are the 4 cases of workmen compensation fund which we are going to discuss. So again I am taking the same example: Mohan and Sohan, 2 partners, sharing profits and losses in the ratio 2:1. Meena is admitted as a new partner for 1/4 share in profit. On that date, balance sheet of the firm shows a balance of 70,000 in workmen compensation fund. You have to make the journal entries for the 4 cases which I am going to discuss now. So we'll come to case number 1. The claim is 40,000. You can see here is the fund which is here with me is 70 and the claim is 40,000. So in this case we are going to keep aside 40,000 to be paid to the workers, and it is shown as a liability in the new balance sheet as this amount is payable to your workers and the claim is admitted. The remaining amount, that is 70 minus 40, that is 30,000, is distributed among old partners in old ratio. Okay, so all funds I told you, if they are not used, they are distributed among old partners in old ratio. So the journal entry is, you can see here, partners capital account are credited with the remaining amount of the fund, that is 70 minus 40, 30, divided in ratio 2:1. So 20,000 for Mohan and 10,000 for Sohan. Workmen compensation reserve account is debited and the claim for workmen compensation is 40,000. It is credited because now it is our liability, and I told you this will be shown as a liability in the new balance sheet. This is a claim which is payable to the workers which we have already admitted but we have not paid yet. Now let us see case number 2. Here the claim is 70,000. So you can see that the fund is also 70,000 and the claim is also 70,000. So in this case we will keep aside 70,000 to be paid to our workers who have made a claim, and it is shown on the liability side of the balance sheet, and there is nothing left we can distribute among old partners because our claim is also 70 and the fund available was also 70, so our whole fund is exhausted, so nothing is left to be distributed among old partners. Journal entry will be workman compensation reserve or fund account debited 70,000, and the liability which arises out of this is to claim for workman compensation account 70,000. Here partners account are not credited because we are not left with any fund which is to be distributed. Case third is when there is no claim. So it may happen that there is no accident and there is no claim on account of workman compensation. So in this case, before a new partner comes, this fund is distributed among old partners in old ratio. So we are not keeping anything aside because there is no claim, and this fund amount of 70,000, this whole amount is distributed among old partners in old ratio. The journal entry for same is, you can see here, Mohan account and Sohan account, they are the old partners. Their capital accounts are credited and you have to distribute 70,000 in the ratio 2:1. Here it was coming in points, so I have rounded off. So it is 46,667 for Mohan and 23,333 for Sohan. Okay. Now come to case 4. Case 4 is when the claim is more than the fund which we have. So it can happen that due to some injury or some accident, the claim amount is very high and you don't have enough fund in that case. So we have to keep our liability as 1 lakh, although we have only 70, but we have to keep aside 1 lakh to be paid to our workers as compensation. Please remember there is nothing to be distributed because our whole fund is exhausted. In fact, the 30,000 old partners have to bear because fund was only 70, but the claim is 1 lakh, so that 30,000 will be contributed by old partners in their old ratio. So in this case, there will be 2 journal entries. Workman compensation reserve account debit 70,000. The loss of 30,000 will transfer to revaluation account debit side, and the liability which will be there in our new balance sheet, that will be 1 lakh. If there is increase in liability, it is credited. Now this revaluation loss will be distributed among old partners in old ratios. If 30,000, it will lead to decrease in the capital of old partners Mohan and Sohan. So Mohan's capital account debit 20,000, Sohan's capital account debit 10,000, to revaluation 30,000. So please remember there are 2 entries which will be passed in this case. Now let us revise the 4 cases which are there. First is when the claim is less than the fund. Second is when the claim amount is exactly equal to the fund. Third, when there is no claim. And fourth, when the claim is more than the fund amount which is there. And one important thing to remember here is, beta, this same treatment will be there when we are doing the retirement of a partner, death of the partner, and even in the case of change in the profit sharing ratio among partners. Now let us see the treatment of investment fluctuation fund. So first of all, when is this fund used? When the investment value increases or when the investment value decreases. So you know that the market value of investment may increase or decrease, and according to the accounting principles, investments are recorded at the cost at which they are acquired. So cost will remain same, but the market value, it may increase or it may decrease. Please remember that this fund is used when investment value decreases, because whenever the investment value decreases, it is a loss, and to cover up this loss, we have a fund called as investment fluctuation fund. So this fund will not be used if the investment value is increasing, because this fund is made to cover up the loss due to decrease in the value of investment. If there is an increase in the value of investment, please remember it is a profit and it will not be covered by investment fluctuation fund. Investment fluctuation fund is used when market value of investment is less than the book value of investment and we are suffering some loss. Now let us see different cases of investment fluctuation fund. I am taking an example where investment fluctuation fund appearing in the balance sheet is 21,000 and the investment which are recorded in book is 30,000. The different cases can be when the market value of investment is 27,000. So you can see the book value is 30 and the market value is 27. So market value is less. Second case is when the market value of investment is less. Again, you can see the book value is 30 and the market value is very less. Then third case is when the market value of investment is 33,000, that is more than the book value which is there. And the last case is when the market value of investment is same as the book value. Now you must be thinking that what is the difference between this case and this case, because in both the cases the market value of investment is less than the book value. You can see here the book value is 30 but the market value is less, 27,000, and here also the market value is less, 9,000, whereas book value is 30,000. So the difference between these two cases is here you can see the loss is of 3,000 and we have enough fund to cover up this cost, and in this case loss is 30 minus 9, 21,000, which is exactly equal to the fund which is available with us. So this is a slight difference between these two cases. So now let us discuss these four cases one by one. Case 1, when the market value of investment is 27,000. Here the two partners Mohan and Sohan are discussing. Sohan is saying, don't worry, we have arrangement. We will use 3,000 out of 21,000. Now how is this 3,000 calculated? If you can see, the book value is 30 and the market value is 27. So the loss is there of rupees 3,000 and we have a fund to cover up this loss. So we are going to use this fund up to 3,000. Then what we are going to do, the remaining 18,000. So please remember the remaining 80,000 will be distributed among old partners in old ratio. So same example where Mohan and Sohan are partner and Meena is a new partner. Please remember that Meena is not going to get the share of accumulated profits and losses. So case 1, when the market value of investment is 27,000, the journal entry is investment fluctuation fund account debit 21,000. This fund, we will use this fund up to 3,000 to investment account, and remaining 18,000, that is 21 minus 3, that is 18, it will be credited to partners Mohan and Sohan, and I told you the ratio is the ratio which they have decided, that is 2:1. Case 2, when the market value of investment is 9,000. Here you can see that the market value of investment has gone down drastically and there is a loss of rupees 21,000 which is there, and still Sohan is saying to Mohan, don't worry, we have an arrangement. We will use the investment fluctuation fund. We have 21,000, so nothing to worry. we can use this fund, but the whole of fund will be used means nothing is left to be distributed among partners. So the journal entry will be investment fluctuation fund account debit to investment. Now come to case 3. Here the market value is more than the book value. Market value is 33,000 whereas the book value is 30,000. So in fact this is a profit that the value of our investment is more. So here Sohan is saying that there is no need to use this fund. I told you this fund is only used when there is a loss. When there is a profit, this fund is not used. If this fund is not to be used, it will be distributed among old partners in old ratio. So whole of 21,000 will be distributed among old partners and in their old ratio. Now let us see the journal entries for case 3. So the first journal entry is where we are distributing this investment fluctuation fund of 21,000 among old partners in old ratio. So the journal entry is investment fluctuation fund account debit to Mohan's capital account to Sohan's capital account, and this 21,000 is distributed in ratio 2:1 in Mohan and Sohan. And why I told you why their capital accounts are credited, because this will increase their capital, and anything which increases the capital, it is credited. Next, what we are going to do is we are going to record the increase in the value of investment. It is a profit, therefore it will be transferred to the credit side of revaluation account. And the third entry is the profit which is there in revaluation. It is distributed among old partners in old ratio, and since it is a profit, it is going to increase their capital. So therefore Mohan and Sohan's capital account is credited. So 3,000 is divided in ratio 2:1. So it will be 2,000 and 1,000. Now let us see the last case, case 4. Here the market value of investment is same as book value, that is 30,000. So in book it is 30,000 and in the market also the value is 30,000. So in this case he is asking his partner what to do with this fund, and he says we are going to distribute whole 21,000 among old partners in old ratio. So since this fund is not required, not used, therefore it is distributed among old partners. And the journal entry is investment fluctuation fund account debit 21,000, and it will be credited to Mohan and Sohan's capital, and here 21,000 is divided between Mohan and Sohan in ratio 2:1. That is the old ratio. So I hope these 4 cases are clear to you. We have done case 1 where the market value of investment is 27,000, which is less than the book value. Again, it's a similar case where the market value is less, but you can see that the loss is such that whole of investment fluctuation fund is utilized. Third is when the market value of investment is 33,000, which is more than the book value. And the last case is when the market value of investment is same as the book value. So we have done these 4 cases of investment fluctuation fund. Now let us try this quiz based on treatment of accumulated profit and losses at the time of admission of partner, which we have just covered in this video. So I will click here to start, but before that I want to tell you that you will get 10 seconds to answer it. So there will be a timer displayed with every question. You should try and see how many questions you are able to mark correctly. So the first question is, general reserve at the time of admission of partner is distributed in which ratio? A, new ratio, B, gaining ratio, C, old ratio, and D is sacrificing ratio. And your time starts now. So you have to choose one option out of this. The correct answer is old ratio. Now come to question number 2. profit and loss account credit balance and profit and loss account debit balance is referred to as accumulated profit and loss or accumulated loss and profit? They are general reserve or are they capital profit? So you have to choose one option and your time starts now. So the correct answer is accumulated profit and losses. Okay, next question number 3. Select the one which is not accumulated profit, and these are the 4 choices: profit and loss account credit balance, B general reserve, C contingency reserve, D profit and loss account debit balance, and your time starts now. Which one of this is not accumulated profit? Please see this word clearly, not. So time up. So correct answer will be profit and loss account debit balance. Why? Because this is not accumulated profit, this is accumulated loss. Next, question number 4. Investment fluctuation fund is used when the book value of investment is more than the market value. Is this statement false? Not true always, true, not false always. So time starts now. So when the book value is more and the market value is less, then it is loss, and then only is the case when the investment fluctuation fund is used. So this is true. Now come to question number 5. If workman compensation fund is rupees 20,000 and the claim on account of workman compensation is 25, what we will do in this case? Distribute loss of 5,000 among old partners, distribute profit of 5,000 among old partners, C distribute 25,000 among old partners, distribute 20,000 among old partners. So your time starts now. Your fund is 20,000 whereas claim is 25,000. So claim is more. So please remember, when claim is more, it is a type of a loss which partners have to bear. So the correct answer is. Now let us see question number 6. If investment fluctuation fund is 50,000, the book value of investment is 1 lakh, the market value is 85,000. Investment fluctuation fund distributed among all partners is A 1 lakh, B 50,000, C 85,000, D 35,000. So your time starts now. So if you can see here, book value of investment is 1 lakh where the market value is 85,000. So there is a loss of 15,000, and for this we have this fund. So if we keep 15,000 from this fund, what is left is 35,000. So the correct answer will be D 35,000. Next, question number 7. Workman compensation fund is used when workers need money to build their house. B. Workers are injured during work and they ask for claim. C. Workers need to fund for staff welfare activities. Workers are injured at home and they ask for claim. And your time starts now. So the correct answer is B, when workers are injured during work and they ask for claim. Now come to question number 8. Investment fluctuation fund is used to face the loss due to decrease in the market value of investment. Is this statement false, not always, true, or not always true? And your time starts now. So when is investment fluctuation fund used? So the statement is true because this fund is made to face a loss due to decrease in the market value of investment. So true. Now come to question number 9. Accumulated losses at the time of admission of new partner is debited to old partner's capital account. Is this statement A, not always false, B, not always true, C, false, D, true, and your time starts now. According to rule of debit and credit applicable to capital account, if anything decreases the partner's capital account, it is debited. So this statement is true. Question number 10. Machinery replacement fund is accumulated profit, neither accumulated profit or loss, accumulated loss or retained earning. So your time starts now. So machinery replacement fund is neither accumulated profit nor accumulated loss. It is a fund which is there for the replacement of machinery. So it will not come under the category of accumulated profit or loss. So correct answer is B. So congratulations, well done. Your basics are clear. Now you can go ahead and solve the questions based on accumulated profit and losses. And I told you this topic is used not only in admission of partner, it is also used at the time of retirement of partner, death of partner, and also in case of change in profit sharing ratio among partners. So bye for now.